whiskey.
Woo! Okay.
All right, and we're back.
Day 11.
Day 11. Today is a very special day because it is the first time we are trying an Islay Scotch. So Islay is one of the islands in Scotland, but it's a very specific region because this area is known for having very heavily peated whiskey. What is peat, you ask?
It's that dirt and muck stuff that they pull from the bogs and put on. They burn it?
Yeah, so it's a carbon type item, usually plant-based.
Oh my gosh, I poured a lot. I'm sorry.
Don't be, because I'm pretty excited about it. So it's a carbon-based item, usually plants, that's condensed down in bogs, as Kyle said, and most people in our area know them as marshes, but they're called bogs in other countries. So what they do is they harvest this earth, essentially, and then they dry it out, and then they use it as a heat source when they're malting their barley for the production of whiskey. And it gives it this, like, super earthy, robust, smoky flavor. And even though there's a lot of whiskey distilleries in Scotland that do peat their whiskey, Islay has a very distinctive flavor because it is an island and because of how they do it.
And what's the problem with the peat now? They're running out of peat?
It is a non-renewable resource that they are utilizing too quickly. Okay, so this one...
Why wouldn't it be a renewable resource?
Because space is limited and it takes so long to create.
Okay.
So, this one is a 4-year. It's from the Kalila distillery. Now, I know how to pronounce this one because I've seen it before. However, most people, when they look at it, they think it says Carol Isla because of how it's spelled, but it's pronounced Kalila. And I know that. I know that.
This one has a lot more alcohol volume to it, and it has it literally smells like campfire.
I'm very excited about this. It's only got 46% alcohol, so it's no more than yesterday's.
Well, I'm trying it. Not as peaty as I thought.
No, but it definitely has peat in it.
Yeah.
You get that campfire aroma, campfire taste. It just tastes like you've been sitting outside by a fire. Now, outside of the peat aromas, I definitely get like a cereal aroma. Like
yeah. It smells like your cereal burnt.
Burnt. And I mean, it does kind of smell a little bit like nuttiness.
Yeah, there's a second thing.
And I can get a tiny little bit of like a citrus aroma, but I don't know if it's more like a burnt lemon peel or something like that you would use in a cocktail.
I still think this is pleasant.
Flavor profile on this, outside of the fact that it has peatiness, it is very smooth. It's pretty high in acid. I definitely am salivating.
Yes.
I think that this would taste really good, with like something smoked, like brisket.
But it can't be like barbecue slathered brisket.
No, it has to be something that's like a dry rub. I mean, maybe like grilled chicken would be great with this. Something that already has a little bit of char to it would complement this a lot. I get a lot more of that citrus flavor on the palate than I do on the nose. Like, I can taste almost like a lemon, like a Meyer lemon. Not a tart lemon, a sweet lemon.
Yeah, it does have a sweetness to it.
Okay. Shall we see what Costco says it we should be tasting?
I mean, you're going to read all of it, so yeah.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention that this is 225 hogsheads that are 250 liters. Not that anybody cares about that part. Okay, so on the nose, woody, distinctively salt, and lots of smoke. I mean, you get an iodine aroma. Maybe that's something that we skipped over a little bit because you and I are used to smelling and trying Isla scotches.
Yeah.
But they have almost like a seaweed-esque aroma, a little bit of like, some people call it sea salt, but there's definitely no salt in this whiskey whatsoever. It just happens to be based on where they're located because they're on an island. The palate, maritime notes of iodine, seaweed, tar, smoke swirling on the palate. The notes fade into floral alongside toasted seeds and malt.
So the cereal thing is the toasted malt and the seeds.
Yeah.
But we have a nuttiness to it.
Yeah,
They didn't
well,
say nuts.
toasted seeds kind of get a nuttiness.
Okay.
I mean, if you think about like toasted like pumpkin seeds, they're a little nutty. Maybe I'm just a little nutty. So on the finish, you should get smoky peat, a hint of menthol, and slight maltiness.
Nice.
Maybe I'm mistaking the maltiness for like a citrusy flavor just because of how it hits on my palate, but
My empty glass is going to smell interesting later. Because it's going to still have that smokiness. We smelled the glasses for some of the other ones afterwards, and they smelled like caramel and vanilla, and yeah, she's not going to like that.
I just wanted to share with Olive. She's sitting right here. You guys can't see her.
Little olive. I don't know.
Adding water into it brings out a lot more of that iodine flavor that they were talking about. Like it tastes definitely more like sea salt influence, a little more seaweedy of flavor. So I totally get that now. I still like it. So I'm very excited about this. All right, thanks. See you tomorrow.